Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Hey guys, it's Platinum Warp Star, and welcome to the Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. More specifically, we're going to be playing Crash Bandicoot, the original game, in remastered form. So yeah, this is the beginning of a marathon I announced on Twitter, to where I'm going to be playing the first 3 games in the, the original trilogy, and then I'm going to move on to 2 extras, which is Crash Wrath of Cortex and Crash Twinsanity. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first Crash Bandicoot, and we're gonna have to start a new game here. We'll have to disable autosave real quick, so I'm gonna have to remember how to save this by myself. Anyway, we got a cutscene to start off with, so let's take a listen to that.
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Man, I was absolutely astounded by the first time I first watched that cutscene back when the Insane Trilogy was announced, because it had improved so much over the original. And I never played the original PS1 games, but the first time I played the original trilogy was actually Insane Trilogy, so this actually got me into the main series. Now, I did play Crash Bandicoot a little bit before the Insane Trilogy, like way back then. It wasn't like any of the original PS1 titles, though. It was actually, I didn't really get into Crash that much as a kid. I was, pretty much all about Mario and stuff, so yeah, lots of Nintendo stuff. So yeah, I don't have much experience with Crash Bandicoot. I did play some of the kids when I was a bit younger, but I never actually was able to play the original trilogy because I didn't have a PlayStation back then. But anyways, we're going to start with the first level of Crash Bandicoot, and I'll say this right now, I don't think I'm going to be 100%ing this game. I'll try. Actually, no, I probably won't be, because it requires a lot of backtracking, like through the different levels. So this isn't 100% right off the bat. So, I'm just going to be kind of playing through this. I'll try and get as many box gems as I can, because that's one of the main objectives of the Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, to get all the boxes. So yeah. Yeah, so whenever you collect 3 Aku Aku masks, then you get to be invincible for a little bit, and for some reason they slowed down the making of the bridge. How do I know this? I've seen playthroughs on YouTube. Anyway, ooh, we almost died there. I don't want to die. So yeah, Ooh, we're almost there. We need 2 more boxes. There's one here and one there. There we go. Nice. Alright, so let's see here. Now we have a lovely gem. So, yeah, that was the first level of Crash Bandicoot. Fairly simple. It's the first level, so it's pretty, obviously pretty easy. So, yeah, but a lot of people consider this to be well, this is a very hard Crash game. Like, this was the first Crash game. Back then, the controls were, like, super slippery. I played the first game after I played Insane. Like, I wanted to try out the original version, and oh boy, Sane Trilogy is much better than the original Crash 1, because they improved the controls, like, a heck ton. And also, it's easier to tell if you got, like, every box, how many boxes you have in each stage. It is a godsend. But, so yeah, we're going to be going on to the second stage, which is Jungle Rollers. So yeah, there's really not much to say. Crash Bandicoot's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. But I will say, you guys are probably a little upset at me because I'm not playing this on PC. Well, at the time of this recording, the PC version isn't even out yet. What I might do is when the Insane Trilogy releases on PC, I'll probably make like a time trial playthrough of that game. You know, just why not? See, y'all can see what the game's like in 60 FPS. I'm assuming the PC version would be 60 FPS. So I'm gonna wait this out actually because I want to do this for something. And oh gosh, y'all are probably gonna be mad at me when you see Fortnite on screen. I have not touched the game once, I swear. I have not touched it yet. I'm just saving it. Okay, I tried to bounce up there because you actually need a. So later on in the game, they're gonna be colored gems. Like some stages will have colored gems as opposed to normal box gems. Whenever you collect a colored gem, that gem will appear as a platform in another stage, which is why I mentioned the backtracking earlier. So that's why I don't really want to do 100%. But I mean, I'll get a bunch of box gems. Probably not gonna get all of them, but I'll try. But we are definitely not getting a box gem on this stage because there's stuff up there that I need the colored gem for, which is impossible to get at this point. Okay, maybe you can't actually do that one thing I just tried to do in the Insane Trilogy. I know you can. Excuse me. I know you can do it in Crash 1 though, because I've seen speedruns of Crash 1, and they are insane, let me tell ya. Literally. Well, except they're not in the Insane Trilogy. So yeah, this is a bonus stage, and we just completed it. So what's funny is that the bonus stage we just did, in the original Crash Bandicoot, that is how you're supposed to save the game. Yeah, I'm serious. The only way you can save, actually, you can save by collecting all the box gems in the stage. The only way you'll be able to save is if you either collect all, collect a box gem in a level. Also, this screen is really annoying because it's like, great, but you missed this many boxes. It's like, man, I was so close to getting that box gem. But, what was I saying? Yeah, you can only save in the original PS1 game by either collecting all the boxes, or no, smashing all the boxes, getting the box gem, or by, you know, getting 3 Tana emblems, and then beating a Tana bonus stage. That is the only way you can save, and it was so obnoxious, let me tell ya. But, you know, thankfully we're on remastered PS4. Get that nice graphics upgrade. And we also get improved gameplay. Now, yeah, definitely, I think Insane Trilogy is gonna be an example of how to do a good remake in a game. Because seriously, this just improves on the original so much. Now there's some things in the Sane Trilogy that I do feel like they did a little worse than the originals, even though I haven't played all of the originals. I played Crash 1. You know, that way I actually decided to purchase that on the PSP. Why not? I wanted to see what that game looks like on a handheld. So don't kill me. Be like, oh, you gotta get it on the original console. Like, I think I can have the same experience on on another system. But yeah, things I'll get into later about the Sane Trilogy. I mean like way later. Issues I have with it. Even before I've even played the original games. So yeah, but for now, this is a 2D stage. So Crash has, I think, mostly 3D gameplay, but it also has 2D platforming, which is fine, because the 2D platforming isn't bad by any means. And in fact, it was pretty cool to see back in the day. You know, Crash Bandicoot was one of the really early 3D platformers. It competed with Mario. That's how good it was back then. And I think with the Sane Trilogy, I think it does hold up pretty well. But, I mean, it still has issues. No game is perfect. The original trilogy is still really good. This is probably even better in my opinion. Because look at how good this looks. It's so pretty. Like, seriously, I absolutely love it when developers actually care about the remake they're working on. Like, okay, I won't try and make too many comparisons, but I've seen Twilight Princess HD. Yeah, they're charging that for $60, and it's only they've only slightly upgraded the graphics in that game. Like, I mean, just texture-wise, and maybe HD widescreen. But that's pretty much it, and it's kind of disappointing. Now, this is one of those remakes I actually really like, but anyway, I'll stop talking about that. I'll stop making comparisons to other remakes. And I missed 8 boxes. Wow, there are like 8 boxes on the other side of that. I wish I had the correct gem in order to go over there. But yeah, back to the Wumpa Islands, I guess. What stage is next? Oh yeah, Boulders. This is a pretty iconic level. Yeah, this is I think one of the most iconic Crash levels. I think. Like, it's one that could stand out when people think of Crash Bandicoot, I guess. Because, you know, in Crash Bandicoot, you actually do run away from a lot of giant things, which you'll actually see later in the marathon. Because, you know, I'm playing the entire trilogy. But anyway, one problem I do have with the Sane Trilogy is that Crash can look really weird. Like, the light can look really weird around his fur. Like, it just sometimes just doesn't look right. I mean, Crash, other than that, Crash looks fine. He looks pretty great. But that's like the only problem I would say. And we have a massive freaking boulder chasing us. But luckily, we can stop it like that, I guess. So yeah, this is actually quite intense for back then, because you have to time your jumps perfectly. You have no time to make sure that you can adjust to your jump. Like, you have to take what you can get and go with it. Pretty impressive stuff back then. Still impressive today, like, in terms of this game existing. That's like, see, I'm not that big of a Spyro fan. I think I'm gonna play the Reignited trilogy, but man, I imagine a lot of Spyro fans out there are delighted that Spyro Reignited trilogy is even a thing. So yeah, and I'm also really happy that this is a thing. Like, Because I know a lot of people have been asking for a from the ground up, quote unquote, remaster of Crash Bandicoot. And it's really good that we actually did get that. This is probably the best, even though it's a remake, this is probably the best Crash Bandicoot game in years. Like, seriously, I would take anything. I won't try and trigger anybody, but I'll take anything after Mind Over Mutant. Everyone's gonna kill me for that. If you like Mind Over Mutant, that's fine. I'm not really interested in it. But anyway, here we are with another stage. This one's called Upstream, and look at the water. Water is absolutely gorgeous, I must say. But that's besides the point. This level, I don't know what to say about it. It's nice looking, really nice looking. But, this is one of the more difficult stages in terms of, like, platforming. Also, for some reason, I really love this for some reason. Whenever you slide down here, Crash has a little slidey animation. I don't know why I like that. I just do. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for that leaf. All right, come on. Oh yeah. By the way, it's so I think it's so satisfying whenever you kill an enemy with the spin, or break a bunch of boxes with the spin. It's probably one thing that's special about Crash Bandicoot, in probably many people's opinions. It's pure satisfaction of it. I'm probably stating the obvious. I've never played a Crash game on the channel before, and would you look at that? We're probably not gonna get the box gem on this stage. All right, and we got another Tana emblem, so that means we can go to the bonus stage. So here it is. Not much special here in terms of, well, bonus stages, but it'll do. Man, there are a lot of precise platforms that you have to jump on the original Crash Bandicoot, because it's actually quite scary to do. In terms of, like, games that you have the least, like, confidence over, the most scary Crash Bandicoot game, like, as in difficulty, Crash 1 definitely takes the place, because this game is full of tiny platforms that are pretty hard to manage on. But yeah, we didn't have all the gems. We didn't have the gem for this stage, so we weren't able to get the, what do you call it, the box gem for this stage. We needed the gem to get the gem. It makes sense, right? Anyway, if I recall, I think next up is the first boss fight. Yeah, Papu Papu. So yeah, this is the first boss in the game, and it's actually where we're gonna end it off after I beat it. I'm gonna record part 2. So here we have Papu Papu, the first boss ever in Crash Bandicoot. So this boss is really simple. All you have to do is wait for him to slam his little hammer down, and then you jump on his head. And I will say they attempted to make this fight more difficult in the Sane Trilogy. In fact, I think they tried to make it more difficult in the European version of the original PS1 Crash Bandicoot, because they increased his health by 2 points. In the original USA version, it was 3. In this, it's 5. But you know what? It's still a pushover. I did not take any hits. And also, that was a pretty funny animation where you jumped on his stomach, got out of there. That was pretty funny. But anyway, I think that's about it for part 1 of Crash Bandicoot. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned to more parts of this series. I'm going to be continuing this series until I finish with Crash Twinsanity. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I'll see you guys next time.